you dumb bitches? Like, are you kidding me? Even if I can't even handle it. I can't believe it. It's not gonna work tonight. We can use more tools. That's what separates us from the beast, our ability to do. Oh, but you know what there is? I have a tool for you. Look, it's over there. It's a stand.
I see it.
And I got that for you. I stole it from somebody. It arrived here. It appeared here this weekend, and I was like, ooh, we got this. Okay, I'm in it.
There's a stand.
When you pull out the thing, you pull it down the side, like,
Let's see. Let's try this one.
There you go. See, like that? And you stick it in there, and it's like, wow.
Wow, that's incredible, guys.
See, like, you kind of like get it going. This is the alt testing on you. I'm in a particular, I don't know why I'm in a particular. Something is wrong with it. Music integrate, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know that with the music integrated into it. But I guess it's happening. Whatever. It's just a fun way to explain why all this weird shit is happening in San Francisco. I think it could be it's the building. Last night, I get to work, and one of the chefs goes, oh, I stabbed myself and with a rusty nail, and he's working, and he's eating, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, can you work alone? I'm like, dude, get it done. I can work alone, I'm okay. I can get it done. And so he leaves, and I'm alone.
Did he need like stitches or anything?
He's needed like, I said, well, I'm going to attack the show. You don't just like, go, oh, I'm stabbing my hand, rusty nail, help me, die, I'm still bleeding down inside. Like, you can't do that. So,
I'll be fine. It's a rusty
It's
nail.
a rusty nail. I was like, does anybody know how you die from tetanus? It's the worst thing. Your back ends up getting broken. Like, is somebody switching microphones again? Is that
Is this, can you
see that whole time that someone switched to 2 and 3 because they're
Switching
assholes. It's because 2 is long and it goes all the way.
This one is too, right?
That one's 2. Yeah. That's the one. That's our bite.
That's, okay.
There we go. I don't hate everybody. I just wish that he could put things back. And I'm like, so I'm alone for 45 minutes and I'm cooking and I'm doing stuff and I'm like, I always knew I could do it. The only difficult thing is running the register and the kitchen stuff is a little tough because you gotta wash your hands constantly. And I'm much better. And I'm a big, if you touch money,
That's the dirtiest thing to touch.
yeah, you gotta wash. So I wash my hands a lot and I burn the fuck out of myself, but I'm fine. And
Was it really busy too?
it was pretty busy. It was good, so I'm doing really well. And then my boss comes in because he's like, I'm gonna help. But because he had been off earlier that day, he started drinking. So he came in and he was wasted. And so he was like, he stayed for a little bit, helped me get through some weeds. And then he was like, I'm wasted. And I was like, he's like, close it down, just clean up, close it up. And everything's fine. And I was like, so he left. And I was like, so people kept coming up and they're like, are you really close? And I was like, well, here's the deal. And I broke it down for him. Both of my chefs, that was the other thing. So my wiggly waisted boss chopped his knuckle off. So everyone is like, he made himself bleed very bad.
Another
so
bleeder.
Both of my chefs, and then Jonathan comes in and he helped someone change the battery or something or start their car and he's cut. He's got 2 cuts in his hands. And I'm like, what is going on?
Cutting Tuesday.
It's cutting Tuesday. So I was fine. And I just cooked by myself and did the whole thing. And I ended up getting tipped an absurd amount of money. And it was so absurd that, another guy.
It went just to you mostly.
Well, I tried to give it to the owner guy who came in and he's like, I don't know. And he's like, no. And the guy who left, he's like, no, I won't take it. And I'm like, fuck it. So another guy came in and helped me close. And I forced him to take at least 20 of it because it was
over 100.
No, it was only 85. Well, so maybe that's not absurd. I don't know. Because
Plus your hourly.
right, exactly. So I was like $65, and I didn't pay for a beer because the bartenders were like, God bless you, Pam, you're doing the work of the Lord. They're like, and later I was like, why are you giving me free beers? And they were like, you kept cooking. You, with the food, you're very important. They're like, you, with the food, make the food, and then the people keep drinking.
That's true.
Because they don't,
stay.
yeah, they stay. And it's fun, and you give them the tots, and then they stay, and they get another beer, because they're salty, and they want something, and they're like, oh, of course I get another beer. So the bartenders were super stoked, and I was just like, and everyone was like complimenting it. I was like the ball of the ball, and I'm not usually like that. And so they're like, other people even told me that everybody's like being like really saying nice things about you. And I was like, that's great. I am bummer, I forgot to put my phone. Oh, because all those people I was cooking for, they were being so nice and giving me money. Never get to that.
You're rocking it like, hey, let me just do this by myself so I can make money.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't.
It was hard work though.
It was
So,
fun.
yeah.
But I mean, I like cooking, and that I was doing, like, I wasn't ever, like, officially trained with the burgers and the timing and all, but, like, I got it.
Right.
Like, I'm
Common
fine.
sense.
I mean, I've cooked on, it's a hot grill. It's a great grill. But I've grilled the meat tops to me. The only thing that,
Did you say the meat tops to you?
yeah, tell me when it's done. It's like, I'm medium rare right now. But the meat was like talking to me, and I was like, but I never did more than 3 burgers. I don't think that I had like a medium and a medium rare, and I can cook them on different parts of the grill so that they can cook at the same time, but they get in different temperatures and that. But if I had a third one that was like medium well, I'd be fine. I mean,
Yeah.
well, but if it's a well that you stick it and let it go,
Yeah, that takes the longest, and it turns to a hockey puck.
it's so, I don't like, you have good meat, you don't have to get it well. Like, we're fine.
I don't understand why people get their meat well done.
They're afraid.
They're scared.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Scared.
I would be actually. You can't.
you should maybe, I don't know if we're not food parties on Sunday,
Uh-oh.
but
Both Jonathan.
woke up in the middle of the night and he was barking. And in the morning I was barking, and we didn't drink that much beer. I think we each had like
I think we had 3.5 after.
beers to split the last one, and then we had food.
And then he got sick in the middle of the night.
And I
Where
got
were
sick
you
in the
at?
morning.
Did you go?
On the way home, it was Sunday, and it was
We were on the 27th. But we got off at Ellis and we went
to Maywa
and got
samosas.
we got 4 samosas.
That's the Thai restaurant. No.
You know, it's next to
Tikka masala. We probably should have done tikka masala, but
it's under the ownership, and I'm like, fuck that.
so we went to this other thing, and I like the samosas, but both of us got like, oh god.
I'm like, why?
Was it the sauce? Was it the what if the samosa's gonna be fucked up? It's like potato and fucking peas. You know,
There's no meat in that one either.
really
Yeah.
no. So it must have been the sauce.
Sauce.
Like, because I love the sauce. Anyway,
Oh no.
and you know, and that's the thing though. I work in a kitchen and I eat, you know, a lot of food, and I wonder sometimes, like,
What's going on, man? Like, is everyone?
ooh, there's this one place I really like in Portola, and they have a 77 as a score.
It's ice cream. The ice cream is 65 cents a scoop on a cone.
And I walk with these kids that I walk home from school.
65 cents.
And that's for an ice cream? That's unheard of.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No.
But it's great. So I always get them ice cream, and they have like
2 egg rolls for $1.50, and it's a good deal. And they have noodles and stuff. It's like a little box of noodles for $1.25. Hell yeah! But they have a score of a 77. But they haven't made me sick yet, so I'm not afraid. I'm like,
Just don't eat any meat.
yeah, they don't have their chow mein doesn't have meat.
Okay. Yeah. Just yeah.
You take on me, little baby.
Yeah.
score of a 77.
That's funny that they have it like proud like
You
77.
have to have it proudly. Counter offers a 94, and I still think we're like
I mean, I'm too obsessively clean to work in a kitchen. I mean, I clean, well, today, hopefully it's slow today, so I can just look, because last night I didn't get into it, so I was so busy and cold.
I
Right.
didn't like watch
The cabinets like I usually do.
You're
People are like,
busy.
why do you wash cabinets?
Because meat and stuff and shit and sauce drops all over it.
And
And
it's a fryer, everything's next to the fryer, and the
Yeah.
oil in the air gets everywhere, and everyone's the weird little greasy hands.
and you don't know what you're transferring, you know.
Yeah.
It's the kitchen, man.
It's the kitchen,
Shit
man.
happens in the kitchen.
So I had fun last night, it was good.
That's good. I haven't worked because I'm supposed to be on a mini vacation and
Oh, you're a staycation.
yeah, I don't like it. I'm bored as fuck.
Have you been doing more improv?
Did you?
Oh, my classes actually don't start until the end of the month.
Oh.
But we've been entertaining, that's the thing, we've been entertaining some Marcus's friends from England, but I haven't been able to run because it's been raining. I started my period. I've been moody. I've been trying not to spend much money.
That is not a staycation.
No.
It's not spending money, it's not a staycation.
I'm bored. And it wasn't my fault that, basically I wanted to do this. I was forced into it.
Oh,
Because of the neighbor, because of the friends coming from
Yeah.
the
So I would rather be making money, but I go back to work in a couple of days, so,
Oh,
yeah. I just been sleeping.
that's a good use of time.
Yeah.
You should get a cat and snuggle with the cat.
I do have a cat. Yeah, I have a cat in the bed. I'm still bored.
My new cat doesn't
Doesn't love me as much as my old cat.
Oh.
I'm trying to make jokes about it, but it just makes me so sad. And I love Zerdon, also known as Stockboy. He's Zerdon Shakiri, Zordon Shakiri, the cutest. I mean, he's a very cute cat, but he's just not, I'm realizing, he's not spite.
And I kind of thought,
I mean, I know that all cats are different.
he's his own motherfucking cat.
Personality. He does a thing that I knew about it since he's a kitten, and he's just come up with this thing he does where he walks between our legs when we're close together so he can rub our hose. He kind of when you know he's coming over to do it, you kind of like put your legs close together and you can like, it's like walking through like a kitty car wash. It's cute, but he doesn't snuggle.
He's not a snuggler. Like, I have to force him to snuggle,
And that doesn't work with him.
Yeah, because of,
like, I've got him, I hold him in a certain way off his chest, I'm like,
Keep him immobilized and lay down. And then
he'll start to like
wiggle, shiver, and then he's like, and he like snakes his way on. You don't love me.
some cats can be assholes. That's just my
he only likes to snuggle during
During the day, and
I'm not here!
yeah, when I'm not. So yesterday I worked from home so that I could like hang out with the cat, and he like did circumstances.
Did you end up being sick because of the food poisoning? Like staying home on Monday or?
Well, I mean, I ran to a workshop and I came here in the afternoon. But yeah, Jonathan stayed home from work, and I kind of stayed and we just chilled and watched
Chris Farley. Actually,
You went on I read Norm Macdonald's.
here's a tip. Don't read Norm Macdonald's book. It is, it just made me angry. I was like, why is this guy famous? Why do people keep championing
This guy.
Like,
Ooh,
and
give me your
so
opinion.
then- so first, he writes not a memoir based on
Actual events, not actual events. He talks about being in jail, he talks about stalking, because he's stalking Sarah Silverman. He talks about trying to take a hit out on David Tell, also not true, being in jail and getting raped by some guy.
You were stalking Sarah Silverman?
they were on SNL together.
Together in the early
The
90s.
90s, right.
And she was only there for a season and then she left, but he was a big Sarah Silverman fan. He put her in that movie, not
Dirty Work. Maybe it was no. Dirty Work had the cute little girl with the short hair.
That's when they're trash. But no.
Dirty Work was
when they, I watched that too. It's when they, we'll do your dirty work, like when you want to, there was a revenge business
And there was
with Artie Lang.
There was the other one with Dave Chappelle.
Right, and that was the other one we saw, Screwed.
Screwed.
And that's the one that Sarah Silverman was in as his
playing his girlfriend.
And I thought it was so funny because I read the book and I was like, that's funny.
But even in
The credits of the movie Dirty Work,
Don Rickles says, "Who gave this guy? Why would they give this guy a movie?" And and it's absolutely true. Like, and as we're watching both Dirty Work and Screwed buddy comedies,
they would have worked with anyone other than Norm Macdonald. Like anyone. You could have had
David Spade could have had Chris Farley. It could have been any. Like, let's Adam Sandler when that was in his book. That's the only thing I
glean from it is the reason that he got famous was because Adam Sandler liked him
That's it. Adam Sandler liked him.
and thought he was funny. Because he's a comics comic. And that's the thing I don't get. One of my favorite comedians in the whole world, Chris Knatzer, fucking loves Norm Macdonald. He thinks he's hilarious. And people say, he's a comics comic. Well, I'm a comic and I don't think he's funny. I don't get it. I don't get the joke of him being a mediocre nothing. It makes me angry, actually, because there are talented people that could get the money. Like, you know, I think they spent like $10 million on Dirty Work or something, and it only grossed $7 million at
Yeah,
the
it was
box
a
office.
flop.
Yeah, because he's a pile of dog shit. He can't dance or sing or act.
He can't act. He just like what is he gonna do? He talks about that in his book too. He reads reading cue cards
In front of his face. Like, and that's the thing with the SNL when he was doing Weekend Update.
He
That
got
was
fired.
everyone else's
jokes. That's because all he was.
Look at that.
Norm Macdonald.
That was
the ghost of Norm Macdonald.
Wait, but he's still alive.
Shit out of Norm Macdonald. Well, somebody ought to put him out of his misery because he is the shittiest, most untalented actor. And the concept that they gave him was, here's a mediocre part. That's the other thing. It's not based on true events and it's all fiction and you make some of it up. Then you could make it fucking interesting. It was so mundane. And I guess that's the joke. Is that he's this mundane guy. And I just don't get it. I don't get the joke. Everyone else is in on the joke. Fine, I'm in on the joke. You like Norman Macdonald. They gave him another Netflix show.
I saw it. I saw some of
I'm
it.
not gonna watch that.
I watched
Dirty
the.
Work in School. I know he's a talentless hack. Like it makes me angry because we're gonna toil in like some of the most genius shit is like not mainstream
and because somebody gives him money and they keep giving him money as a talent.
I did watch the reason
What's
I watched.
happening?
I did watch his TV show because Jane Fonda was on there, and he was hitting on Jane Fonda. It was really funny. It was weird and awkward, but I do recall back in the day he was. They say that he was not people's favorite Weekend Update person, and he got fired. I forgot one of the reasons why he got fired. It wasn't just because of his writing either. He got fired. He did something really
well, that's the thing is
controversial.
when you do Weekend Update, you're not a writer. Everyone makes jokes for you.
And you just do the cue cards. Like, and you have to have a personality or whatever. And I guess his whole personality is that he's quote unquote dry. And I think that means also boring.
I mean, but there's dry British humor, like, but is it just yeah? Because I like dry humor.
I like British humor. I
Just don't like him.
I spent like a
week trying to like Norm Macdonald by reading his, what we could call a novel.
I mean, that's the thing is that it's like
Fiction.
It was okay. So this is what it's confusing. So basically, some stories were true.
Maybe.
him growing up in Canada. Yeah, that was true.
See, I don't like that.
And yeah, who knows what's real? Some guy named Adam Beckett is like his helper guy. I guess that's a real person. I looked him up on the internet or whatever. But then I got into the shitty movies, and I was like,
I mean, they're bad.
anyone else could have been in that movie, and it would have been, because it was stupid humor. It was PG-13 movies in the late 90s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
designed to make it's Black Sheep. I mean, they started, once Chris Farley died, that sort of movie kind of started dying.
Dying down.
Although Adam Sandler obviously has the torch. And I mean,
He couldn't stop.
Little Nicky, like there's so many movies from the late 90s where they tried and it didn't work. If you can look at Little Nicky, it didn't work. You call it Billy Madison. And
Mr.
Wow. And
Mr.
Norm
Dean.
Macdonald was in Billy Madison.
Oh, see, he was funny in Billy Madison.
Because he was the friend. He was the drunk friend. That's
With the penguins.
Come here,
Penguin. Yeah, him and who was the other guy that was in it? I do remember, here's the thing. I went to the show, and I think I took my aunt or my mom. I was in high school still, and I went to go see Scrooge, because I like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And because this is after Half Baked, so I think this is
Oh.
like, Scrooge is like, I think 2000, maybe 9 or 2000, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember laughing a little bit, and then I remember like, okay, this isn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. And plus it had Danny DeVito in it too.
Yeah.
Like
you
the
think
cast
that
was great.
Yeah. I love Danny DeVito.
and he was weird, and the concept was weird. And
Yeah.
the dead bodies and the faking the death and but the problem
It tried.
is Norm Macdonald. Anyone else, anyone, Colin Quinn, and I hate that guy too, and
And I don't understand why he got to do Weekend Update.
but I like him infinitely better
Then
than Norm Macdonald.
Norm
You
Macdonald.
could have cast anyone, anyone, a Baldwin for God's sake, like anyone,
a Baldwin.
any of the Baldwins, any Baldwin would have been fine. Would have
Pauly
been
Shore.
Pauly Shore even would have been excellent, because he would have been like himself. But then like the whole point was that but he was like this butler or whatever who took shit from everybody, and it was like, I just, anyways,
That's right. He got kept getting abused by what's her
by
face?
the old lady, so I'm like, oh,
I
great.
forgot what her name is. She's like a famous.
Elaine Fitch,
Thank you. She's a famous playwright and actress.
which is crazy, and then she played
This really unique person.
I think she's dead now.
Oh, she died like not too long ago, actually. But yeah, that's the cast was great. And then I remember like one of my relative who went with me was like, "What the hell did you take me to go
Yeah,
see?"
exactly.
I felt embarrassed.
Yeah, in
I
fact,
felt
in fact,
really
I'll
embarrassed.
I'll look up something on and we'll play it from the YouTube. It's just a
terrible outing. We'll get to that. Also, in the news of my father sending me horrible things about immigration, he sent me a video that basically outlines how Democrats,
like Cesar Chavez and stuff, they opposed illegal immigration, and how the tides have changed and what's happening now. And
The Democrats support borders and legal immigration. I don't get. Did you, in that email, did your dad mention the shutdown at all?
No.
Probably not.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in the shutdown. We have to pay our taxes this year. We just get to not pay our taxes, right? Because the government's shut down.
Well, no, we're going to have to, but here's the thing.
Why?
This
Why? They're not working.
Well, this is, okay, so.
But the IRS still works, like the government's
No,
down.
the IRS barely works because it is, I've been reading that, getting your taxes done, filing them, this is the file season, it's going to take forever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna file until
So
the
it's,
last minute.
yeah, so there's really no point in you filing right now,
Yeah.
And then on top of that, so we have surpassed the 1995 government shutdown, which was the longest. We're at 21 days. So now, last week we were telling you that a lot of TSA agents were calling in sick because they're working free, which is legal. That's illegal, working for free and shit.
But it's the Democrats' fault.
That's a Democrat's fault.
Because we won't fucking build Trump's dumb wall.
That is a waste of tax money. So now people are starting to really feeling the effects, not just with TSA, but we mentioned HUD, we mentioned those who are the WIC people, food stamps.
I got my food stamps early though. What's that about?
Hold on to whatever you got, sister.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I got my stamps early.
Let's see. We mentioned the IRS. Now they're saying, and the farmers are getting hit with the subsidies. So now what they're talking about is air control? Power control?
Oh no.
Ew. His face.
Yeah, it's
Oh my God, I hate that piece of shit. Tucker fucker
Well, we're gonna listen to him.
Well, I'm not. I already listened to him.
So basically, now, is it not air control? Is it
Air traffic control.
Thank you, air traffic control. So basically, now you have a slow amount of people starting to call out from air traffic control, which, a lot of people, not a lot of, it's going to start hitting everybody, who doesn't fly, basically. And I was listening to MSNBC, and one of the commentators were saying, like, now rich people are going to get really affected if it, once the air traffic control. And I'm like, yeah. So it's trickling down, but now we see that the majority of Americans do blame 45 and the GOP for the shutdown. And here is fucking dirty work.
Oh no, I'm gonna play some more of this. Keep talking.
Oh. Thanks. And another thing, the FDA, the Food Drug Administration. So a lot of food and beer cannot be checked because the FDA, they're closed, or they're having a lack of funding. So you're gonna have all kinds of food coming out, and if you like beer like us, there's new beer that's being backed up because it can't be basically checked and what have you by the Food Drug Administration. So it's hitting every branch.
Yeah, but it's the Democrats' fault. And I love
Oh,
that our president. Did you
God.
see the picture about him in the with the big
The
the
food.
food?
Oh, I was waiting for you to
it's-
bring. Thank you.
The worst, everyone, I'm sure you've seen the picture of our president with all of the McDonald's boxes.
It looked like a
It
child
looks disgusting.
candy party, like a unicorn candy party.
Yeah.
Like,
Or the more children.
Come on, get us. We got huge lollipops and
Big Macs.
everyone gets a Big Mac and a kitten.
That is, it was the most repulsive thing. And then he was so proud. He was so proud. And I paid for it myself. Really? And if you did, they were also starting to notice that he was getting like the McDonald's value meal. I think they have something like 4 for $5 or something. I don't know. I don't eat that shit. But yeah, he had pizza, chicken nuggets, Wendy's, Burger King.
Because choice is important.
And then he spelled hamburger wrong.
Oh God, he doesn't read. He's an idiot. So this is so my dad sends me all kinds of bullshit. This is a bullshit thing, and then we'll either watch the crappy pile of dog shit. I mean, even talking about dirty work, the scene we're gonna show is with the hallucinogenic brownies and Gary Coleman. And even when they're talking about like pot brownies, it's still not funny. Although it was ugly.
Well, Norm isn't funny, but the scene is funny. If you ever wondered what
Side of the fence you sit on. This is a great test.
if a conservative doesn't like
Guns, he doesn't buy them.
if a liberal doesn't like guns, he wants all guns outlawed.
Who the fuck says that?
If a conservative is a
Vegetarian, he doesn't eat meat.
if a liberal is a vegetarian, he wants all meat products banned for everyone. If a conservative is down and out, he thinks about how to do better in this situation. A liberal wonders who is going to take care of him.
Wait, what's going on?
If a conservative doesn't like a talk show host, he switches channels. Liberals demand that they don't. Liberals demand those they don't like be shut down.
We both do
I
that.
don't think that's necessarily true.
If a conservative is a non-believer, he doesn't go to church. A liberal non-believer wants any mention of God and Jesus silenced.
If a conservative decides he needs health care, he goes about shopping for it, or may choose a job that
Provides it.
No, that's false.
A liberal demands that the rest of us pay for his.
That's what Medicare is.
If a conservative reads this, he'll forward it so his friends can have a good laugh. A liberal will
delete it because he's offended. Well, I forwarded it to you.
I'm not offended. It's just the facts are wrong because there are no facts.
I'm offended that
Conservatives are such closed-minded assholes that they think that liberals can all be put into one.
How about this?
They-
Conservatives are closed-minded assholes who don't
Care about people because they are entitled, because they have money, and their money gives them what they think is privilege. But you know what? You're gonna fucking die just like the rest of us, you asshole. Your money doesn't make you live forever. None of us live forever. And some of us care about our fellow man and like to help people. Yeah, there was a lady that smelled on the bus today, but I didn't say, you smell, why don't you shower? Because maybe she doesn't have a place to live. Maybe it's raining outside and she needs to hang out on the bus. So instead, I just don't say anything and I act nice.
Or you spray perfume on them.
Thank you. The
behind
perfume
them.
you gave me is really lovely.
Oh,
I
thanks.
love that.
But I'm mad at conservatives.
But this is bullshit too because they did a poll recently for Americans who are for what?
I deleted it.
Oh, you deleted it. They did a poll on for Americans that basically for free health care. 70% of the American people want it, the single payment. And that includes conservatives. I think the thing is conservatives don't even know their own people sometimes. That's the problem because when there was a threat back in 2017 of Medicare getting the Obamacare getting shut down, a lot of those people did vote for Trump, but they were pissed off because some of what Obamacare was doing was helping them. So that's when they went out to their town halls, and that's when John McCain and Susan Collins and Linda Murkowski voted no. That's when they did the thumbs down.
Here's the thing. My chef from
Those were
last
conservatives.
night, my chef from last night, a hard-working man, a great cook.
He stabbed his hand with a rusty
Rusty nail, and he didn't want to go to the hospital because he doesn't have insurance. asking, I'm sorry, conservatives, that you don't value our work. You don't value our service. You don't, people that work for you stuck up entitled pigs. Why are you working more? Why do you not have, you gonna work in a hot kitchen for 5 hours? You know how much they make minimum wage? Does that make them a bad person? No, it makes you not value their work. And then you won't give us, if you don't value our work, and then you won't give us health care? What? Because you have to step on someone to have money. Everyone, oh, it's so mad. It's about money, everybody.
It's always about money, and that's the thing. There are people that do have health insurance through their jobs, but the insurance companies here, they are scandalous and they are con artists, because it's a con, literally, because you be paying your insurance out of, from your job. You get hurt, and then there's something very, very in the fine line for some reason that this is not covered.
That's the only reason that they do drug testing at certain companies, is that even with marijuana being legal, it's the same thing with alcohol. Like you can test for alcohol on the spot, but you can't test for marijuana. But I guess because it's just in your system, so a lot of time people won't make claims about it on their won't do workman's comp claims or whatever, because if they always do a drug test, and when they do, if there's marijuana in it, sometimes they'll be like, hey, A, we're not going to cover it, and B, we're going to fire you, sorry.
Right.
Even though it's still legal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with alcohol. I mean, but, if you expand on that. My point, though, is that we have to be compassionate people. You can be a compassionate conservative. Maybe you don't like the gays, or you hate women, but you don't want them to have, like abortion rights because they're not people. And you can think those thoughts, but you can still care about your fellow man.
Right, and then the fact is, they talk. They talk about healthcare is a right. Healthcare
should be.
It's a right for everybody. No one benefits when you're sick, and we have. Healthcare is such a trickle down to where mental illness is rampant here. I mean, come on. And I was just reading today, Rand Paul, Senator Rand Paul, who is a libertarian, he is getting surgery, but he's not getting surgery here in the States. He's going to Canada, where he can get, I think he's getting like something taken out. His gallbladder, and
because it's cheaper in Canada.
Yeah, you know why? Because they have a social healthcare system there, nationwide, where they take care of their people. So he will be paying out of pocket, but in contrast to him paying maybe $100 trees or $85,000 to get surgery here, he's only going to be probably paying 8 to 10 max, which is. If you're having surgery, why do you have to put a second mortgage on your home? Why do you have to file for bankruptcy in order to save your own life?
Because it's all a racket, and they don't care about us.
And this affects conservatives
it's
too.
Not the doctors, though. The doctors I know aren't like money-grubbing shitbags. They're actually nice people. So it's like, so where is? It's not that the doctors are like, we need to make doctoring expensive so that we can make lots of money.
Companies.
It's just everyone takes their cut along the
way.
Yeah,
and here's the effed up part is like the doctors get pulled into the trickery because they get some knockoffs. So like if an insurance company tells them, hey, if you do it this way, cut a little cost here, there's a bonus for you and something. They do this, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't know. But to me, healthcare, it's so stupid when you hear your pop say this, because he's not a poor conservative man. You have to think about those people who are for his team who don't have health insurance. And again, like I said, 70% of Americans are for single parent.
He's actually displaying some Marxist qualities in that they have the reverse mortgage on their home because they're leaving you nothing. They've been very, very clear. And I don't want anything, actually, because as a Marxist myself, I don't believe in passing things down from family member to family member. I don't believe that.
That's a handout. They talk about handouts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point of life is to save as much money as you can so that you can give it to your kids. necessarily. In Marxism, they don't do that, and I don't think I don't think everyone. If we valued work equally, then nobody would be born on third base because we would say you cooking burgers is as important as being a doctor. And
Right.
I mean,
I mean,
is it? I mean, you talk it philosophically, like maybe some knowledge is more important than other knowledge.
yeah, I believe like
What knowledge has worth?
I feel as if, we talked about this so many times about how we feel about teachers, how they're
Yeah,
the ones that should be making kind of like the football money and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because their work is very underappreciated.
Mothers and teachers.
Yeah.
And all
And
teachers,
then-
preschool teachers.
Well, I don't know about some moms, because some moms got it lucky. I don't
But
know.
being a mom is like the most important job.
Maybe a tax break.
Something.
Yeah.
Anything. Moms should get paid something.
And speaking of tax breaks, here's another thing. If they want to talk about, if they want to talk about like handouts,
Oh my God, government handouts.
let's talk about taxes.
I
How
never
much?
thought about that.
How much do the 1%ers? Which your dad wants to pretend he's a 1%, but he ain't no billionaire.
No, not at all.
No.
Not even close.
No, yeah.
They're
I-
middle class people. They're the dying breed.
They're middle class, but
Solidly middle class.
it's funny how
Upper middle class.
you have some conservative people that will speak up for the 1% when they ain't got that percentage themselves. So that's really funny to me.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna get it. You're never gonna get it. So they're looking at you like, ha ha ha, fool. But I mean, the taxes.
The tax breaks.
They get so many tax breaks, estate tax, and then there's an inheritance tax too. And then Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is talking about we need to tax them 70%, but that's on every 10 million that they get a year. They're still wealthy.
Absolutely.
It's,
Who needs more than 10 million?
this is
Really?
what they used to do during the Eisenhower and Truman. This is why we had, the big boom of the 50s for white people. When they were buying things, they were buying cars and homes and appliances and sending their
And we
kids to
were
school.
making them here
People-
too. and
yeah,
that was the
we're
difference.
making
We were
them-
making them here so there were jobs and working and creating things like that, being in a car manufacturer. That was considered. That's a good job.
Yeah, that was a good
But
job.
but
People
now-
migrated.
But now we have it in our heads that factory work is not that's for poor people.
Well, it's gone now.
It's gone. It's where the poor people live or whatever. We're like, what we decided that certain work isn't as good as other work, and we used to value work more equally. But that's the other thing. It's not only have you not valued work equally, like on a straight work thing. Even still, there's no ERA. Any person of color, there's still not equality there. So it's
No, I mean the thing is, it's just like
immigration.
when people want to
It's
talk
the dirty
about
immigrants' fault.
it's exactly. It's like everything goes down to the immigrants or healthcare or liberals and conservatives. I don't get it. I don't call myself a liberal anyway. I'm progressive. Because what does the definition of progressive mean?
Moving
Forward.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we listen to the dirty work, or
Oh.
should we do the terrible thing with my dad thing?
Ooh, there's so many terrible
There's so many terrible
choices.
things. Well, we're choosing. My dad also sent me some funny things. This one says yard sale, divorce yard sale, hurry home before life comes.
That's actually funny.
There's this other one I thought was really good. The kids in my neighborhood kept messing with my dog, so I bought a beef bone and stuck it in my shoe. My dog likes to play with it when he walks past my house every morning.
Okay, that's funny.
That's funny too. There's a picture of the dog.
With the leg. Is that a
It's
leg
like
or what?
It's just a bone. It looks like
Scared the Jesus out of kids.
the best thing about being over 30 is that we did most of our stupid shit before social media.
I will hand that to you, but I had MySpace.
Me too. Nigerian man dies and authorities find 27 billion in his apartment. He's been trying to give it away for 15 years, but nobody returns emails.
What did you? Your dad's had a lot of time. Uh-oh.
Redneck word of the day, inhale. Why in hell did I get up so early today? Why in hell?
Why in the hell did I get up so early?
Okay, thanks, Dad. Deleted.
Thanks, Pops.
So
Happy Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, because that's coming up. Yeah.
Monday. Yeah. Monday is MLK Day. And for those people, his name is Martin Luther King, not Martin Luther the Coon. There have been white people who've been doing that shit and fucking up Martin Luther the Coon. Yeah. Oh, it was an accident. There's a guy that got fired from a weather accident.
Accident.
A weather guy got fired recently for talking about he's mentioning Martin Luther King, but he said Martin Luther King on the air, and he got fired. And he's like,
hopefully, Jesus Christ.
He's like, I would never say I'm not a racist. I'm like, why is the word coon in your plethora of how you speak your speech?
So should we listen to?
Oh yeah, we gotta do dirty work. Let's listen to your favorite comedian.
Yeah. Oh God.
Norm Macdonald is the worst.
And here's an example of why.
Oh, dude, turn it up on 4.
Oh, no, we're good.
God, everyone's so gross.
He's just eating a brownie calmly. And then Norm is just shivering and itching, and now he's hallucinating there's Gary Coleman. And here's Adam Sandler. Oh my God. It's one of the only good scenes in the movie because no one doesn't say anything. So that's the only reason that was any good was that Norm wasn't
Really in that one. He just sort of stood there shaking. And that's what. And that's fine. Him having rashes and shaking is fine with me.
Because he's not talking.
Anything.
That book really pissed you off, eh?
It really did. It's just like another sausage party. Like, the championing mediocrity really bothers me when there's people out there that are talented that will never be discovered.
and nothing will ever happen, and they'll never be on a TV show. And I'll be like, this is Don Nichols. It is funny. Got a personality like a dead moth. It's Chris Farley's Cinderella. It's a movie theater, who cares? Oh, and then, so here's one of the examples of homophobia, just rampant homophobia. Men in Black, who like to have sex with each other.
Wait a minute.
And then a movie was born.
Wait, so,
So that whole
The whole
Wait.
crux of the movie is
Oh my
about
God.
homophobia, and yeah. But that was just, that's what movies were
oh,
like
I
back
know, I appreciate that, but I didn't really realize, like, they could have did better than that, even for its time. Like, oh my God, two men.
Oh
Okay.
God, but now it's so funny because like none of it's
then.
like,
So they're like, porn is a thing or whatever.
I mean, I don't know.
I actually just want to watch it again because of Don Rickles.
Don Rickles.
I love Don
is,
Rickles.
I mean, and it's a
We also, Adam Sandler has a
really fun, and one of the best parts of the movie, and just watch the clips, is
Chris Farley, and it's the second to last movie. So this was filmed in 1997 and it came out in 98 and he died in 97.
Oh, that's
So this is one of the last
movies he did. This and the other movie I watched, Frontier.
Yeah,
Almost
almost
Heroes.
heroes.
with Matthew Perry.
I couldn't finish it.
When he was in his
heyday with Friends, and it was before he got puffy and started doing drugs. And
but he was.
it's a terrible movie. And
His counterpart is. It's just funny because Chris Farley was the fat guy, and now Matthew Perry could be the fat guy. It's just funny.
Isn't it ironic?
Yeah, but it's so Almost Heroes was another one that we watched on our day after Jonathan was finally like, no more Norm Macdonald, okay? I was like, okay, fine. But I
You had it seems like you had an SNL 90s brigade.
yeah, pretty much.
The only thing you missed was playing Wayne's World.
Well, we tried to watch Black Sheep, but they want us to pay for it, so we watched
I like that one.
Fat Man
And a little coat.
We watched
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy, because I mean, poor Chris Farley. So watching Almost Heroes, everyone should have seen that he's dying.
I told
should
you
have-
that
But there he
this-
is right now.
oh, he says that there's that war agent war that bit off my nose.
You
In
know,
this movie, he's
I-
he's fine.
I think I've told you some of the Chris Farley stories that I know from working at Second City. What he used to do. He was always a drinker and a partier. So when I worked and studied at Second City, some of the stories that I heard was he would, have a, great show, but he would always pound like a lot of whiskey, and he liked White Zinfandel.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's a White Zinfandel guy. So he'll drink a whole bottle or two of White Zin and eat like a tub of ice cream and go on stage.
Wow.
And he'll be out all night partying with people and what have you. There was the bar that we all would go to. It's a routine that we would always go to this bar and this place called Old Town, which was fun. Some of the best times of my life happened there. But yeah, he would be out all night, feel guilty. There's a Catholic church not too far away. He'd go do the rosary or do confession and what have you, and then maybe go home, change, and get back on stage. He was always partying constantly. And then an ex friend of mine
Wow.
who was there hanging out with them the night he died, because he had an apartment at the John Hancock in Chicago, and him and Dennis Rodman's old dusty ass was hanging. Dennis Rodman, yeah, because he was playing for the Bulls at the time. And so they're partiers. They're always out at this same club. I forgot the name, whatever. But she was in the apartment, I think a couple nights before he died. So,
Wow.
and then I've seen the pictures of his tragic, lifeless big body, and it's
Well,
not pretty.
it was speedball, right?
Yeah,
He was cooking.
yeah. He did a Belushi.
It's so sad he was 33.
Yeah.
It's really a bummer.
It's
Like he was really fun. You could make a bad movie good.
Good, just like being like, and he was just so silly.
You wish it was Norm Macdonald.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
God, I wish that guy was dead. That's the other thing in his book. He talks about doing heroin all the time, and it's like, Norm Macdonald's not doing heroin.
I don't believe
I think
that.
he's just saying weird shit. It's like it's supposed to be funny that you're like
pretending that you and Lorne Michaels did heroin together?
I don't understand why that's funny.
that's why that's
Is
the
it because
thing.
you're mad at Norm Macdonald, or you're mad at
Lorne Michaels fired. No, but the thing is, that's what I don't like when there's nothing. When you put out something like that, to me, it just seems like you're so desperate or thirsty for attention. Like you're mixing some of your truths with your false truths. It's just like, well, that means you're not an interesting person. I mean, unless you are actually putting fiction out there, like this is a fiction, a book that is not about me, or this is a book about me and some fiction shit. I'm like, what? That just means you're boring. That's just my take of it. You're
Yeah.
not the first person that I've
It
heard.
says they hate Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, I've heard many people going to not rants as pure and funny as yours about Norm Macdonald, but they're not fans. There are a lot of people I'm not fans of.
I don't like the Kardashians.
Oh, we're not going to talk about them. We're talking comedy.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
They're
They're just the
horrible.
first people that I think of.
Yeah,
famous
they're on
people
my
that I don't like.
my hate list. Like, why didn't their house catch on fire during the fire?
Well, what is? I mean, I think getting back to politics as president, I wouldn't be sad if he disappeared.
Oh no, I just all that food that he had. I'm like, that's his diet. Heart attack. That's what I'm saying. Like,
oh, you San Francisco farts never. No.
but that I
We're-
mean,
we at least people.
that is like the most repulsive thing. And by the way, it has to be a little bit easy to be a comedian because everything that is happening in this administration is pure comedy, sprinkled with some tragedy.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it's yeah,
They really did this well. I mean,
it's not gonna happen.
well,
It's not gonna happen.
I'm telling you, California, we're going to be called the West. I don't know what we're going to call ourselves. But avocados are going to be our currency. Johnny Depp's going to be our president. Best friends with Mexico. You're like, come on, let's be buddies. Put all of our
What do you have to
rehab
lose?
Yeah. Put all our rehab facilities and down there and let people, we'll deal with the opiate addiction stuff and be like, go hang out in Mexico. It's nice. Come on. Everything's great. We'll like treat people that they should be treated and care about, the day without a Mexican and be like, yeah, come be buddies. Let's have a totally different. Our economy will be better than everyone else's because we have workers and people that want to work and we have all the weed. All the weed.
All the way that when people are actually watching.
That's insane.
Yeah, we are live on YouTube. So every Wednesday, not only are we on the air, but this shit is posted live on YouTube. So you get to see us.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
The old ladies.
Oh, wait, I'm not old.
No, I know you.
You're not old either. And I'm definitely not a spring chick.
44, I'm telling you, I'm feeling my age. I've been stretching, and I used to be able to do the splits, can't do the splits anymore. I did a cartwheel the other day, and I was like, oh, I was nervous about it.
Oh no.
I never would have been nervous about doing a cartwheel. Come on now. And now I'm like, oh, I mean, I haven't done a handstand in a long time. I need to get back to that.
You know what? Your body just needs to be stretched. Take a couple of yoga courses or something. You just need to probably get stretched out. You can get your grief back.
I am feeling.
You can get your grief back.
Well, let's. This is very sad. We'll play this thing.
Fucker Tucker Carlson.
This is what my dad sent me about. Everything I believe is wrong. Whatever. I just want to be compassionate to people. Hurt American workers, man. The problem is that Americans think they're too good for certain jobs. Like
Right.
so it's not hurting. I just don't understand. I do think that we should make it easier for people to come here legally. That's what I think. And I don't think we should have illegal immigration. I think we should just make it legal, and make everybody get legal.
I think our
What's the problem with that?
well, I honestly I don't know how broken our immigration system is. Actually, I take that back. The immigration courts are really effed up.
But now,
And so now they're going to even be more backed up with the fact of the government shutdown. So the shutdown, again, the
So here's
shutdown
the thing.
doesn't benefit for anything for a wall that is useless that you can dig around. And also too, they just didn't.
trebuchets.
They just did an experiment on someone taking a pickaxe to the sample of the wall, and the pickaxe works.
No.
So you're gonna be spending our money when it's supposed to be Mexico that was supposed to pay for it, which we knew. Come on, did you guys really think that Mexico was gonna be like, sure, yeah, we'll buy, yeah, we got you, yeah, we got 5 on it? No, no. And the thing
The
is,
Great Wall of China didn't even keep you out. Like, who did it?
I don't
Oh my
I don't think so. But even so, I mean, the thing is, the wall is a waste of money. That 5 billion that this Pendejo is asking for can go to infrastructure, education. Oh, and what was the one thing that we were just talking about?
Teachers.
Healthcare.
Oh, healthcare. Teachers, healthcare.
So, I mean, it is a waste of money. It's a waste of tax people's money. And now we, as the American people, are being held hostage.
Yeah. And I'm a genius because I put into the thing, did the Great Wall of China work? And there's actually an article from 7 days ago. And it's
Oh.
called,
So these questions are being asked again.
yeah, did the Great Wall of China work? MSN News. And I just clicked on it. 7 days ago. Tell me. I don't know what it's just does MSN work? No. That's the things that we're at. Here we go. Did the Great Wall of China work? Show us internet gods. Oh, I don't know why MSN is such a pooper duper. Fact check, was Wall Street originally the site of border wall meant to protect Amsterdam? Whoa,
All
that's
these walls.
interesting.
Hey, did the Berlin or did the Did the Berlin Wall
relatively,
work?
I think that was relatively effective. Like,
Yeah, because they have people around there shoot you.
yeah, they shoot you. That's the other thing. Once you build the wall, you
East Germany, West Germany. Wow, I can't believe we're old enough to remember that.
right.
Oh, you know what those people did? They climbed that wall. They took those axes on live TV and started banging the fuck out of that wall and climbing it.
In the 17th century, New Amsterdam built a protective wall along its northern perimeter, analogous to Trump's border wall, to keep bad omens out. But it failed to achieve its stated purpose, and that the British successfully invaded the city by sea. Is this true or false? It's a mixture. In 1653, the Dutch leaders in New Amsterdam, the site of present-day New York City, built a high wall along what was then the city's northern border, now the location of Wall Street, to defend against military attacks by the English, who nevertheless successfully invaded New Amsterdam by sea. What's false? New Amsterdam's wall was intended to repel armed invaders, not immigrants, so it didn't serve a purpose directly analogous to Trump's border wall. None of the wall failed to achieve its stated purpose. In that, it was only intended to stop the invasion by land. Origin. In early January 2019, a battle between President Donald Trump and congressional Democrats over funding for Trump's proposed border wall was dragged on. Social media users weighed in with arguments for and against erecting a physical barrier along the U.S.-Mexican border. One of the more interesting claims to emerge from these debates is that a protective wall built by Dutch settlers on the northern border of 17th century New Amsterdam down New York City failed to accomplish its stated purpose. That is, stopping outsiders from invading the city. In 1664, New Amsterdam was overtaken by the British, who eventually demolished the wall and replaced it with a street aptly named Wall Street.
Now that I did not know.
The specifics of the claims vary from post to post. A December 29th entry shared on the subreddit RNYC said the wall was built to keep the Indians out.
Yeah, probably didn't work.
Another version claimed the wall was to keep the British out.
Well, Wall Street didn't work.
Yeah, Wall Street's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to me that we're actually, people are talking about this. Was the Great Wall of China effective? Did it work? We tried to do the MSN thing, but it doesn't work because MSN sucks my friends.
I don't think anyone uses it anymore.
I mean, what? I'm the only one that uses Hotmail still. I feel like such a jerk.
I still have my Hotmail email.
Thanks about it.
I have two.
But if you email me at director@UBRadio.fm, it goes to my Hotmail. I don't know how to use anything else. I don't know how to use Gmail.
It's so confusing to me.
Everyone had. I still have
It's
my
so
Hotmail from 1997, which
Oh,
I still
yeah.
use.
And I 1997. That's when I got my first email.
And then
my
I
first
have,
cell phone.
and then I do use Gmail.
The Great Wall of China is a historic landmark, one that every traveler should add to their bucket list that made our list of 8 places in China that would take your breath away, and it continues to be a popular tourist destination, especially in Beijing. With border walls being a hot topic of discussion in today's political climate, we decided to take a closer look at this. Will the Great Wall actually succeed in keeping its enemies outside China's borders? The short answer, yes. The Great Wall was successful in keeping semi-nomadic invaders out, which was the primary concern at the time. However, the wall did not stop some large-scale invasions, and even nomadic people were able to breach the wall from time to time. What was the Great Wall's purpose? Construction began on parts of the wall as early as 7th century BC, but it was Qi Shi Huang, the first emperor, who connected these parts and created what resembled the wall in 221 to 206 BC. Oh, Jesus, 7th century BC. It was more like a line of guard posts that helped spread signals to warn of invasion and draw in reinforcement troops. The purpose of the wall was to protect against members of the Jianyu, also sometimes referred to as the Huns, nomadic people in ancient Central Asia, who often invaded the Chinese northern border. The Jianyu were highly mobile herders who rode on horseback, and at the time were very adept in stealing from their neighbors in northern China. While the wall was probably ineffective against individual armies who could scale the sides of it, the wall was much better at keeping horsemen and their horses out. Instead of having an open prairie as their battleground, the nomadic army was forced to concentrate their attack in one section of the wall. The smoke or fire signal would be lit along the wall, and reinforcement troops would be sent in. Of course, not all horseback invasions were stopped, and there have been instances of nomadic people breaching the wall. However, one could argue that without the wall, China would have been invaded far more times if it hadn't been there.
Wow.
Trade on the wall. If you thought scaling the wall with a horse was hard, imagine trying to get a cart full of supplies up the side with China. Traders and businessmen from the north would have to find a gate along the wall, which made it easier to impose taxes and duties and regulate goods, especially those brought along the Silk Road. Since the wall went over rough and barren terrain, it became a great mode of transportation for supplies. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, here's another interesting fact about the Huns, about the the Mongolian hot pot, you get rid of those and it has the stuff in it and you
Yeah.
cook it. Okay.
Nothing.
So that is patterned after the helmets that they would wear. And that's how they would cook their food. They would take their helmet off. And then this is why they could invade China, is that China was all like people walking. They had horses, so they were faster. And that was their food source. They bleed their horses just a little into their hats. And then they cook the hat over the fire.
That's crazy.
So
Wow,
that's how they
the hot pot.
and that's how they traveled. That's how they took over certain areas really quickly. That they were all on horse. And because when you have an army, it is a pain in the ass to move an army. Because okay, everybody's walking, and you've got like carts, and you're pulling carts, and you've got to have a kitchen. You have to feed everybody.
And you don't know what kind of terrain you're in either.
Right.
So like it could be cold, snowy, rainy, you know.
And
Not
you have
every
to keep your rice dry, and you feed a lot of people with rice. It's all you
you
got.
gotta worry about staying
What else
warm.
you gonna eat? And you take cows with you. You can't have meat. You have to have it dry.
You gotta make sure your animals eat so they don't die
Right.
within the
So
travel.
7th century BC, like our
Before Christ.
Yeah, what you talking about? Well,
Wait, don't they say before Christianity now? I'm old school. I say before Christ. That's what.
it's funny that it actually doesn't, BC doesn't even mean that. It's some Latin term, so AD is,
I was taught this AD is after dissension.
but it's
This
it's
is-
like Anno Domini or something. It means something completely.
I learned this in Catholic school, so this is why they do that.
So BC, AD. Let's see what it comes out.
I was
The terms
19.
AD and BC, before Christ, so people say it's before Christ,
Yeah.
are used to label the number of years in Julian and Gregorian calendars. The term is medieval Latin and means in the year of our Lord, but is often presented using our Lord instead of the Lord, and AD stands for Anno Domini,
in the year of our Lord, taken from the full original phrase Anno Domini Nostra Jesu Christi, which translates to in the year our Lord Jesus Christ. All right. Well, there you go.
I remember stuff in Catholic school.
Well, I remembered Anno Domini. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Anna Domini.
Sing the Amy Grant song.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh Lord.
That's
Baby, baby.
That was her big famous one.
Yeah.
I liked her Fat Baby. The fat
little baby. It's a song about Christians that are, I'll look it up after this guy. Let's listen to this terrible stuff about immigration. I don't know how other people are weighing in on it or what they feel about it, but man, I am all for the California breaking away and saying, let's be friends with Mexico. I love that. This is my dad's phobia.
Studio.
And let's see.
Gotta get some juice. Technical difficulties.
His argument is that Cesar Chavez was all about border wall, or all about borders.
Well, I don't trust Tucker Carlson on this one.
You know what? There it is. I don't know you too. You don't know you. You have to do all you. You say that's all about him. I remember. Well, it's funny that I just.
Wow.
Well,
Can I use all those? Oh, I need to be more clear. Okay. Thanks.
Can you guys know?
Yeah. I usually can hear it pretty good.
Because this is. Yeah, you can't hear this because that. And they're not recording.
Crap, kids. I don't know how to do it this way. I don't think it'll stay sturdy with that. Yeah. Do not
He
listen.
has a hairpiece.
I think you use a dick piece. I guess I'm gonna do it like this.
Still a little bit. Do they get mad? You can't use this for canning. Can you?
Yeah.
You can't?
Mhm.
They don't get mad if there's like nudity and shit?
Oh, well, I have never been nude on YouTube yet.
Oh, okay, I'm wondering.
You're not supposed to, though.
Yeah, because I'm like, send us $1, I'll show you a nipple.
$2.
$2, 2 nipples. How much
No, that is Chris Watt.
That's oh.
Sorry, we're so far away again. We're looking at Tucker fucker Carlson.
Yeah.
I hope you can hear me now.
I feel like we should give them citizenship, don't we?
Dreamers. She's got me listening to some Amy Grant bullshit.
You can take too much. When they're weak, you get spiritual. It's a big song. Spiritual band. I used to sing this. I used to sing this This was like my favorite thing to do at the church talent show every year.
Yeah, this is this is real white people shit.
Sanctified, redeemed by the blood. Of John 3:16. It's a good dick joke.
He's got the biggest King James. Yeah. How many pedos probably listen to this song?
Look at that stuff.
I'm so bad you got me listening to this, y'all.
Well, Amy Grant was hot.
Yeah, I know. She was one of the biggest Christian singers. This is,
Yeah.
unfortunately, living in the environment of Southwest Missouri, it was just around me.
She wasn't selling, the one thing, she's very, very pretty, and she's selling this sort of wholesome thing, but she's exceedingly,
Yeah.
okay, so that's Fat Baby by Amy Grant. That was the song I used to love that song. I can't sing it anymore, my voice is too.
She'd probably do that shit for karaoke.
Yeah, because it was in church. Like, how else do you express yourself other than the wonders and joy of karaoke? There she is. In a little while, Amy Grant. Let's just put her in the background. You remember that?
You really try to torture me.
Yeah.
I didn't know all her stuff. I just knew
I
that. Yeah, I don't. What is it called? Age to Age.
I remember this album. I remember it so much.
I think it was like early 80s. I wonder how these recording sessions were like. Let's pray before we record these songs. She is going ham.
Just to tell me in a little while you can make the Father.
So if you guys on YouTube could know what I was listening to, you would have probably the same facial expression.
I used to like sing this in my music. It's so funny how I remember all these songs, but I don't remember them now. You remember them?
Because they take you back to your childhood. Amen.
Well, just when I used to sing for Jesus. I was yeah.
I wonder if your parents have any VHS tapes of you guys.
Oh, yeah, but they put them onto DVD and they gave it to me. There's me in Kids Under Construction when I was in 4th grade, and there's in 6th grade when I was the lead.
okay, so this was one of the things, like, I was like, why didn't you get me an agent? In 6th grade, I was the leading school play at the Christian school. And
Nice.
I was in 6th grade, and my brother was in 7th grade, and there were 8th graders. Anyways, everyone got pissed because they were like, why is Pam have the, she's a 6th grader, why does the 6th grader have the lead role? And it was funny that I got to be, and I was good. I had solos and stuff, and it was funny because I remember this one solo I had, and then the group came in behind me, and I was always just, and it's funny because when you watch the video, I got really loud at this point, because I remember being on stage and doing tech for this and being like, why do they have to sing? They suck. Like, I'm singing by myself. Like, it's better that way. I remember being like, not a diva, but I was just like, can't I just have one solo that's just my solo? Do we have to have the chorus come in? But I didn't realize that, I mean, that's pretty cool, like, right?
Did you do a standing ovation?
I don't remember. I remember we did two or three, there were 2 or 3 runs of it. And there was one of them, we did it for the school, and then, because it was the Christian school, and then we did it at night for all the parents. And it was a big theater, I mean, it was a big church. And, it was the big Christmas play that we did every year, and I was the star, but I don't remember, like, I don't remember getting the adulation that I think I wanted. I don't know, but I was Christmas lamb, little Christmas lamb, friend, so true. Little Christmas lamb, I know you. Except it was higher. You came on Christmas Day, a present from my father, I believe. Whatever comes my way, my truest friend you'll always be. Little Christmas lamb. Okay, so I remember that too, and I remember Kids Under Construction. I remember all that.
So why didn't your parents get you an agent?
I wasn't,
But
I was kind of, everyone always said I was chunky. I mean, I don't think I was fat or
You
chunky,
probably
but I
were
always
like,
felt
you probably were just a stick thin 12-year-old.
I mean, the dream role for me at that time would have been, did you watch Lemony Snicket yet? Cake Sniffer.
Yeah.
There's a little girl in it, she's got this red hair and she's a villain, but she's like 11 or 12 and she's amazing! She's so good, Cake Sniffer. She says Cake Sniffer all the time, which is a funny slur. It's like my favorite slur. And then in another one, someone else says Biscuit Eater, but that's actually a real slur. Like a real English slur, you call it Biscuit Eater.
I'm gonna call my boyfriend that.
Yeah, it's a good cuss word, I guess. An alternative cuss word.
Biscuit eater.
Biscuit eater. I like
Salad tosser.
Ooh, well that gets
That's
dirty.
that's
okay.
prison talk. You know what? Maybe there's a good reason why, because you probably would have ended up on Disney.
Oh, I would have loved it.
And those Disney kids, you would have been in rehab by the time you were like 16.
No,
Be on the Mickey Mouse
I
Club
wasn't. I don't think. I mean, I guess they could have given me
or
makeup or.
Kids Incorporated.
One of my friends when I was little, she was actually the actress on The New Lassie, and
Remember that?
yeah,
Oh, I forgot.
yeah, I should remember her.
Lassie
name.
like 89 or something. Yeah.
Cake Sniffer, Urban Dictionary. Unknown, a stupid insult by Carmelita Spatz. That's the name of the
The
character.
character.
Carmelita Spatz is amazing, and she's this cute little. And if you guys haven't watched the Lemony Snicket thing, I mean, the best costume design that I've seen. Costume design and set design. It's just phenomenal. It's so good. And look how cute she is, Carmelita Spatz. She's got all these great outfits. And she's a mean little girl.
She's cute. She looks like a little asshole.
Funny. She's so funny. Anyways, and she's just a great little actress. I really like her. And I hope that she has a big future because she's really funny little actress. No, I wish, that would have been amazing if I could have had an engine. I was really good at memorizing things. And I'm surprised that they didn't, like that alone would have, someone could have made me act whatever way they wanted me to act. And kids are easy. If they can memorize shit, they can act. But, I just don't think I've never looked, I'm like, ooh, thanks for reading. I've never, like, been, and I don't think that, I've seen myself on film and I know I feel that I will. So,
Well,
Yeah, I don't have like, I'm not like one of those like pretty, like my nose is kind of weird. And I could have gotten a nose job long ago, but I made them give me my own nose back. But they, I was in the, because I broke my, my nose was
Oh, you broke your
really
nose.
badly when I was 15 and sophomore in high school. Really badly. So I had to have 2 surgeries. And the second one, because my, after it's off my face, after they put it back on my face, it healed like a big bump. And they were like, we can make give you a ski tip jump on your nose. We can do anything you want. We can make your nose look like anything. And I was
Wow.
like, give me back my nose. So even at 15, I had this like fierce integrity about, like, if I'm ugly, I'm mistaken. Don't you fucking look at me, doctor, and tell me I'm ugly and want to fix my nose. Fuck you. Fuck you, dude. It's the same thing. I was in a spa once with a bunch of dermatologists, and dermatologists in Florida can do liposuction. Who knew?
I need it.
Well, so I'm in the spa, and I'm thinking, oh, you know, this is 10 years ago. I was a little tighter than I am now. I'm thinking, I'm gonna make a little joke. I'm like, you couldn't liposuction anything off of me. And they're like, these 2 doctors sort of went at it. They're like, well, we could do this and we could do this, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I am a thin person, and then I was even more in shape. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
There are people that are smaller than you that feel the need. I just want to get this beer belly. I have a beer belly that I want to get rid of. This guy. Because I drink beer.
I drink a lot of beer too.
So, but I'm keeping my ass and my thighs. And I thought about one time getting a nose job, which I don't have the funds for. But I don't think I would do
Your
that.
nose is so cute. Why did you
Yeah.
want to do that?
I don't.
Here we go. The new lassie, Wendy Cox. That was her name.
Wendy Cox.
Wendy Cox. She lived down the street from us. I wonder what she's doing now. But
What
she was the
years is
star
this?
of The Next Lassie, the 1989 to 1992.
Oh,
So it
right.
Yeah, so it was like right when we were all in high school and junior high and stuff. It was, you know, and it was, or like, see, yeah, 92 is when I graduated from high school. She was like
I was
a year younger than
very-
me.
Yeah.
But that was like, I'd seen her on the show and I was just like, oh, but she was so pretty, Wendy Cox. She was
Was
so,
she
so
friendly?
pretty. Yeah, she was friendly. She was a nice person, which I always thought was surprising because she was so nice. Wendy Cox. When Wendy was 9 years old, she looked in the yellow pages and found a talent agency. Unbeknownst to her parents, Wendy left a message on their answering machine. The agent called back and set up an interview with Wendy right away. There began her acting career. Right away, Wendy landed the national Milk Does a Body Good commercial. She went to appear in over 15 commercials before heading down to Hollywood for auditions. She lived in Danville with me. She landed the role of Megan on The New Lassie and moved to Hollywood for the show's 2 seasons, 48 episodes. During the hiatus of the show, she spent time back at her home in the Bay Area of Danville and made guest appearances on other shows. Wendy left Hollywood her senior year of high school to experience quote-unquote normal life. She went on to UCLA, where she was on the dance team for 2 years. She graduated in 97 with a BA in communication studies. Wendy married a college sweetheart at 98 and is now a mother of 3. Her first book, Totally Desperate Mom, Keeping It Real in the Motherhood, will be released July 2010.
You know, you could probably look her out and be like, hi, do you remember me?
And I feel terrible for her because she had everything I wanted and now she has 3 kids. Why would you make Hollywood? What happened? Where's your agent? Why did you marry that guy?
Maybe she
Like,
was
I
just
married
like-
a guy in 2000. Look, I'm so glad I didn't have 3 kids. I would have felt like, maybe I feel like I might have purpose or something. But, wow, that's what happened to women in Danville. They were bamboozled. I bet she still lives in Danville. Oh, I'll send her an invite to the comedy show. Hey, everybody, the coolest, newest tap room in Walnut Creek. That's Rotator Tap Room, 2 blocks apart. Yeah, my friend Jenny Green from high school. Now she's married, has a different last name. I saw her this weekend, and Lucy Simpson and Jenny Green from high school. So crazy. And they recognized me, and I was like, but because I look exactly the same. But it was funny. And I said, hey, I do comedy. You should do comedy here. And she's like, hell yeah. And so, I mean, it's really good beer bunch. Really good ones. Like, everything really good. All, like, 7 really good IPAs. One from Bear Bottle. They had the Blind Pig from Russian River. They had multiple like not just Lagunitas. They had like good beer and all kinds of different stuff. And I said, gosh, I should do comedy here. And she's like, yeah. So we're setting up a show for Saturday, February 2nd in Walnut Creek. Right now, it's going to be me, Natalie Fauci, Matthew Quirk. I'm trying to get Joey Avery. I was going to get Paul Conyers because he lives in Walnut Creek. But he's already booked on another show because he's somebody else. Which is great. Good for him.
That's awesome.
But I'm going to do a show. I'm going to headline this show in Walnut Creek. And I'm just going to like put it out there like, come on.
That's gonna be
If
dope.
you're from, if
What day is that?
just like me, a Saturday night.
Oh, so
I
that's gonna be
know,
popping.
Exactly.
Ah,
That's all I'll tell people.
so smart.
I'm gonna make, because people who still live in Danville will come out and see me. And the other two comics that I've got booked, Natalie Fauci's my age, and she does jokes very similar to mine about like being blind, and I think she's very funny. I love her comedy because it actually touches me because she says things that I'd be like, oh, I wish I would have come up with that joke. But I get her, and I think she's funny, and I think that Walnut Creek will really get her. And also Matthew Quirk, because he just shits on millennials, and I think it's so funny. I love his joke about, you know what's paleo? Shivering. It's a good core workout. But he's got all these great jokes about like paleo and parkour and these crazy. That's it.
Whoa.
I'm done.
Whoa.
Oh, things got weird. I should look up how much that she's still. Well, we should look at my book.
We're gonna have to end this because I don't know what's going on.